friends, it's Christy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making an all dies card using the Lawn Fawn Outside In Stitched Maple Leaf. So I die cut that a few times out of some Bristol smooth surface cardstock, and I'm going to be using a wide range of Distress Oxide inks to add some color. I'm going to be using Festive Berries, Carved Pumpkin, Mustard Seed, Mowed Lawn, Villainous Potion, and Vintage Photo. So I wanted to do almost like a rainbow effect, but also have a little bit of dinginess, I guess, with the brown to just make it look more fall-like and a little bit less vibrant. Although I really think that this combo is stunning even without the brown if you're looking for something that's just a little bit more bright. So I'm just going from one ink blending tool to the next and adding that color, not really worrying about the blend on the first run, just kind of mapping out where the different colors are going to go. And then I'll go back in and go over each of those to blend that in a little bit better and just create a bit more of a seamless look. And then once I'm happy with the color, I'm going to start adding in a little bit of Vintage Photo just around the edges to darken that up and make it look a little bit more desaturated and just a little less vibrant. And then I'll go back one last time with the colors and brighten it up a little bit so we have that brown just as a thin layer around the edges. And then I'll continue on with the next leaf and just add those colors in a way where they won't get muddied next to each other. So I kind of thought out what shades would go next to what. Adding that purple next to the red really helps because those two colors blend well. And then just going kind of in rainbow order from there. And then again, adding in that bit of brown and then brightening things up with the colors one last time. And then I also wanted to make sure that I didn't go in the same order every time, even if the same colors were next to each other, just that they were placed in different spots on the leaves to give them each a bit of a different look. And sometimes I skipped a color here and there depending. So I did a total of 6 leaves. 3 were full die cuts, and then 3 I kind of die cut out of the edge of the piece of paper I was working on. So they weren't full leaves, they're missing little bits, but it's going to be fine with the way that I'm going to place them on the cards. I'm actually making 2 cards today because I figured I had enough. So there are all the leaves that I created. And I wanted to distress these even further. So I'm going to take some clean, clear water and add that to an acrylic block and then pick that up with a thin paintbrush and tap that off the edge. That water is going to react with those Distress Oxide inks and start to lift that color up. So I'll let that soak in for a few seconds and then I'll blot that up with a paper towel and see how I like it. And then if I decide that I want to add a little bit more, I can go in again and add a bit more of that water and just create some extra blobs there. And I did get one kind of large one on that one leaf, but it's going to be fine. I'm going to be adding so many layers of things that it won't be that noticeable. Then I'm going to go back to that Vintage Photo and press that on the block and mix that in with the water that was still there and splatter that all over the leaves to add some more distressing, just to add some more texture and interest to them. And then I also wanted to have some gold speckles, so I'm using my Gansai Tambi Starry Colors, and I'm going in with this coppery gold shade and splattering that all over the leaves as well. And that's going to give them a really pretty shimmer when you tip the card into the light. And then I'm going to let these leaves dry, but while I'm doing my splattering, I'm also going to do my background pieces. So I have a piece of the light brown wood grain cardstock that I've die cut with the largest of the small stitch rectangle stackables. And I'm going to splatter more of that coppery gold paint going from the top left corner toward the bottom right. And then I'm also going to do another shade of that gold that's a bit more vibrant to tie into some paper that I'll be using in just a little bit. So I'm going to have two different shades of shimmer on that background. Now I only had enough of the light brown wood grain cardstock to make one panel, so I'm going to do the second one in white, so we'll have a little bit of a variation between the two cards. So I'm going to splatter both of those shades of gold paint on this panel as well, and then I'll set these aside to dry and move on to my next step, which is going to be working on my sentiment. And I wanted to gold emboss my sentiment, again, to tie into all that gold detail. So I'm doing one for each of the cards and stamping out the words thanks and grateful from the Scripty Autumn Sentiments. I'm stamping that in Versamark ink, which is just a clear sticky ink that works great for embossing, onto a piece of the chocolate bar cardstock from Lawn Fawn, and I'm stamping that twice, but just pressing down very gently so I don't squish the letters in those words. Then I'm going to coat that in some gold embossing powder and make sure that I have plenty on there because I really want those sentiments to stand out against all those really brightly colored leaves. So I coated that twice and then just tapped off any excess. And then I'm always super careful to put the lid back on the embossing powder and put that away before I move on to the next step. Otherwise, I always end up spilling it. But I'm going to take my heat gun to the back first to minimize any warping, and then bring that to the front and melt that powder until it's nice and glossy. And you can kind of see that magic happen as it starts to melt and just becomes really beautiful and shiny. And then I'll set that aside and work on the rest of my sentiment. So onto a piece of craft cardstock, I'm going to stamp in walnut ink the words "for being you." And then I am stamping that twice to make sure it's nice and bold. And then I will do a piece of white cardstock for my second sentiment. So each of the sentiments match the background that they'll be on. And this one is just going to say "filled with." And then because I'm also doing a dark card base using that chocolate bar cardstock, I'm going to do an insert for the inside. So again, I just used that same largest of the small stitch rectangle stackables and stamped "sending happy wishes your way." So I actually did both inserts the same because I thought they would work for both of the fronts of the cards equally well. And I'm going to glue those to the insides of my card bases, which are A2 standard size cards. So they're 4 1/4 wide by 5 1/2 tall. And I'm just making sure that there is an equal amount of that dark brown cardstock showing on all 4 sides so they look nice and straight in there. I didn't get the second one quite straight the first time, so I just fixed that quickly before the glue dries and press that back into place. Then I'm taking some metallic gold cardstock from Lawn Fawn, and I just trimmed that down with my paper trimmer to 4 inches by 5 1/4, so it would make a nice little frame on the outside edge of that dark brown cardstock. And I'm going to press that into place and try very carefully not to get smudges around the outside edge because that's the only part that's going to be showing. But I think it's going to add a nice little reflective element that's going to tie in so nicely to all of our gold details. And then on one of those, I'm going to add the craft or light brown wood grain cardstock. Just kind of frame that up once again, wipe off any excess glue. And on the second one, I'll use the white piece of wood grain cardstock. And I did run the wood grain in different directions just to kind of mix it up a bit. So the craft or light brown wood grain cardstock is running horizontally, whereas on the white wood grain cardstock, it's running vertically. So I'm going to take those leaves now and kind of lay them out. I figured I would use 3 on each card. So I'm just figuring out how I want to place them, using the ones that weren't full leaves strategically on the outside edges to just utilize them to the best of my ability and get as much color on there as I possibly can. So I want the leaves to be close to each other but not overlapping. So it just took a little bit of trial and error to turn them this way and that and figure out how I wanted to place them on the card. And then once I'm happy with it, I'm going to use my glue tube to adhere those down and just make sure that they're pressed securely into place. And I'm just going to add them one at a time, using the others as a placeholder to kind of guide me as to where to position the next one. So that one got stuck to my fingers, so I had a brief moment of panic, but it was all good. I just glued it right back down into place and blotted up any excess glue with my fingertips. And then I could go ahead and adhere the third one for this first card. And I'm just holding them into place for a few seconds to give that glue a minute to adhere, especially on those edges since we do have 3 layers of cardstock there. So I'm moving on to my second card with the white wood grain focal panel, and I did rearrange 2 of the leaves for this one. I just really wanted to make sure that the cards didn't look too much alike, even though they do have different colored focal panels. I also wanted the placement of the leaves to be a bit different, so each one really stood out on its own, even though they both clearly have the same kind of theme going on. So I gave those leaves a few minutes to dry and then just flipped the cards over and trimmed off any excess with my Cutter Bee Teflon coated scissors. These are really great because they don't get gunked up with the glue and they continue to work really well. They're actually my oldest tool in my craft room. I've had them for over 12 years and they still work like brand new, so I absolutely love them. And they've stayed really nice and sharp too. So I'm just going to finish up this last little bit there and then clean up my work surface, and then I can start to work on my sentiments. So I've got my little scripty words here that I'm going to place on each of the cards, and then I will match up the little banner, which I've trimmed down with one of the everyday sentiment banners. And I just did them each in a different direction. So the one on the craft has the flag on the right hand side, and the one on the white has the flag on the left hand side. Again, just to mix it up. So I'm laying out these sentiments and kind of figuring out the placement, where I want things to go. And I decided I really like them more in the center of the card. So I trimmed down those banners just slightly and then went ahead and adhered them. Now, full disclosure, I did not realize until I was already done filming and starting to do this voiceover that the sentiment on the craft card doesn't make complete sense. It says grateful for being you, which almost sounds like I'm grateful to be you instead of I'm grateful that you are you. So I will probably change that. The good thing is that it's just on a simple banner. So I'll probably just pull that up, and there's another sentiment in the Scripty Autumn Sentiments that says for friends like you. So grateful for friends like you, I think makes a little bit more sense. So I will probably swap that out. But it's not a big deal. Like I said, it's just a little banner that is really easy to pull up and fix. Sorry I didn't catch it before the end of filming, but anyway. So I added the Filled with Thanks onto the second card with the white wood grain focal panel, and then I wanted to add just a little extra embellishment to kind of fill up some of the empty space and reinforce all of those gold details. So I did a sprinkle of gold sequins on both, and I used 3 small and 2 larger, and just adhered those down with my Studio Katia embellishment wand and my glue tube. And that is going to finish off these cards, so I will lift them up to the camera so you can see all of that shimmer and give you another peek at the inside. I had a lot of fun playing with my inks and creating these vibrant fall cards for you guys, so I hope that you enjoyed them too. If you did, please hit the like button and leave me a comment down below. I love to hear from you. You make sure you're subscribed and have your notifications turned on if you want to be alerted whenever I post a new video. If you did enjoy this one, it'll also be on the Lawn Fawn YouTube channel today, so you can check it out again over there. All of the products I use will be listed and linked below, and here are 2 extra videos in case you'd like to keep watching. Thank you so much for spending your time with me today. I hope you had a good one, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye-bye.